Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said, the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have? Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to TFD. I and Cordy. Today, we are right back in a place that feels all too familiar, almost like the start of 2024 all over again. Back then, as the WNBA season was gearing up, everyone was preparing for the arrival of the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. The excitement, the anticipation, the massive influx of new fans who wanted to watch one thing above all else: Caitlin Clark playing basketball at the highest level. But the moment those new fans showed up, ordinary sports fans, NBA fans, college basketball fans, casual viewers, many of them were met with hostility. Instead of being welcomed, they ran straight into resistance from parts of the media, certain players, and corners of the WNBA establishment. A'ja Wilson, other stars, and plenty of media figures made it clear they didn't appreciate the shift. The league asked for more attention, more viewership, more relevance. But when those viewers actually arrived, suddenly they weren't the right kind of fans. And now, almost a year later, here we are again. Just days ago, we heard Fever head coach Stephanie White send a message that many fans found insulting. Essentially, if you are here mainly for basketball, if you are not interested in having a social or political message forced onto you, you're toxic. Not disengaged, not new, not learning the league. Toxic. That's what she suggested. And many fans are hearing that loud and clear. Because the reality is simple. People want to watch sports. They want to support Caitlin Clark, root for her teammates, follow her journey, and enjoy the competition. That should be enough. That used to be enough. But now we have A'ja Wilson receiving Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. A massive honor. Yet the award comes in a year when Shohei Ohtani had one of the greatest individual baseball seasons in MLB history. Statistically unprecedented, historically unmatched. And somehow, despite that, Time decided to go in a very different direction. And it wouldn't be surprising at all, because this isn't the first time Time Magazine has made decisions that seemed based more on messaging than merit. Remember last year when the Washington Mystics owner said Caitlin Clark shouldn't have gotten full credit for the very same award because the whole league supposedly deserved it together? That was a preview of exactly what we're seeing again. And now, in the very article celebrating A'ja Wilson, Time Magazine took another shot right at Caitlin Clark's fan base, right at the people who boosted ratings, filled arenas, sold out road games, and brought more attention to the league than it has ever seen. It's no surprise that some fans are tapping out. I've heard from them directly. They say they wanted to support the WNBA, they wanted to follow Caitlin Clark's journey, they were all in. But if this is how they're going to be treated, they're done. They'll follow her through this channel, not through the league. And that should concern the WNBA. Seriously. Now, let's take a look at A'ja Wilson's comments about the award, because at this point, we have to ask what the honor really represents, especially in a year where Ohtani should have run away with it. Stay tuned.
"You've been the GOAT since 1996 in my house," says A'ja Wilson, playfully flashing her tongue just like she did after hitting that instantly iconic buzzer beater in Game 3 against the Mercury. She turns contemplative. "I think I'm on my way there. I'm making it real hard for people to chase after me. That's what it means to be the GOAT." Okay, well, I'm gonna say the same thing I've always said about LeBron. You're not the GOAT if you have to tell people you're the GOAT. I mean, I'm gonna point that out, and you may be the GOAT for the next 5 years. Maybe. I'm not talking about ongoing. I'm talking about once Clark builds her legacy, then there's going to be a different GOAT. But that's neither here nor there. Her rocket ship comes at an opportune time. In 2024, Caitlin Clark's rookie season helped the NBA hit milestone TV and attendance figures. But Clark's emergence also created a toxic, racially divisive narrative that she was almost singularly responsible for salvaging a league whose foundation was built by a predominantly black player base. She was singularly responsible? It's hilarious. Welcome to the DEI Olympics, folks. You are witnessing Caitlin Clark fans, toxic and racially motivated. Understand this, the media still hates you. They still hate you. Most of the players in this league still hate you. There's been no growth here. This storyline bothered Wilson, who in 2024 earned her third WNBA MVP and her second Olympic gold medal in Paris, where she was named the tournament MVP. She was not a hit at me because I'm going to do me regardless. I'm going to win this MVP or win a gold medal. Y'all can't shake my resume. It was more so, let's not lose the recipe. Let's not lose the history. It was erased for a minute. I don't like that because we have tons of women who have been through the grittiest, most grimy things to get the league to where it is today. So she has a problem with the new fans too. She's made that pretty clear in the past. And this is hilarious. The 2025 WNBA campaign provided a measure of vindication for many players. Despite Clark missing most of the season, something Wilson, to be clear, did not cheer, viewership for both the regular season and postseason was up 5 to 6% on a per-game average across ESPN networks. Sometimes you need the proof in the pudding, Wilson says. The biggest thing for us and why I was so happy is that we continued to rise to the occasion. This was just a matter of time for us to really bloom and blossom. They were going to pay attention. Okay, well, let me clear the air there. The ratings were up because of the new system they put in place at Nielsen, the big panel data methodology we've talked about. How do you know the ratings were up when you can't compare them to the previous year? We've called ESPN out for that, taking a victory lap. The numbers are inflated versus previous years. I'm willing to bet, as I look through this, that these tailwinds offer some leverage going into the CBA.
I mean, you can go right down the list. I promise you, none of this should surprise anyone anymore. And of course, Time Magazine didn't bring up the brand new way television ratings are being measured. Why? Because it doesn't fit the narrative they're trying to push. It doesn't serve the agenda, so, conveniently, it gets left out. And here we are again, right back at square one. Sports fans who simply wanted to show up, follow a player they enjoy, and support her journey are once again being framed as the problem. Instead of being welcomed, they're accused, labeled, and lectured. The players, the media ecosystem surrounding the league, it all comes off as jealous, bitter, and defensive. If you're a traditional sports fan, someone who just wants to watch basketball without being dragged into social politics, forget it. You're not the audience they want. And that's the message that keeps coming through loud and clear. It's been a wild few days. Every time you think we're past this, the cycle resets. Fans step up, bring their energy, fill arenas, boost ratings, and still get painted as the villains. And now, here we are, talking about A'ja Wilson winning Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year in a world where Shohei Ohtani just completed one of the greatest seasons in Major League Baseball history, something truly unprecedented. But somehow, that gets brushed aside. Instead, Time leans directly into its preferred storyline and hands the award to Wilson. Call it what you want, but it looks a lot like the DEI-driven direction we've seen from them before. Let me know what you think. Because to me, this feels less like celebrating excellence and more like pushing a message, one that sports fans never asked for. I am done. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe.